Hello and welcome to the next vlog. This one's been going on for a period of time. These are all pictures taken of the boat when we first got it, and you can see how dirty it is, and there's lots of staining around the back of the wall, which is very dark. It's a very blurred picture, but it happened to be around the diesel connections, and here you can see them close up. And you can see it's weeping. This is the return valve from the engine, and this is what it's been doing for a while. And when the engine's running, there's a fine mist which sprays around, which I needed to sort out. With a lighter engine bay, all these problems are now becoming apparent. So, here we go. Let's replace this thing. It was recommended to me that while doing this I put a ball valve in as well, so I can actually turn it off, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm poking a stick in it here, just really to see if in the tank it goes and siphons down in a pipe, or whether it just empties into the tank itself. Turns out it just goes straight into the tank, which is good. So very carefully taking all these off. This has actually been over tightened. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a crack in the brass on this nut, which is where a lot of the diesel was coming out. The size of the screw thread coming out of the tank on my boat is a 1/4 inch BSP. So now just cleaning it up, getting all the old gunk off, and then putting some degreaser on there, because the screw thread has to be clean. And here you can see it all cleaned up, ready for the new kit to go on. This blue stuff is Hylamar blue setting compound, which is resistant to grease and to diesel and fuels and that sort of thing. You pop it on up to the level of the thread, and then wait a while, a few minutes, for all the solvent to evaporate, and then you pop the pipe together, and it forms a seal. Magic stuff. Seems to do the trick here anyway. So carefully putting this on, making sure I don't cross the threads. Not really sure at this point where it's going to sit with regards to the tap bit, so just hoping it works. Being very careful not to over tighten it. I can't have it upright like the other tap, so this one will face down a little bit, which will be fine. Right, so try and get a clean bit of pipe to work with here. So we just cut the ends off this one. This is a funny little process. You just twiddle it around. Each time you go around, you tighten the screw up, and it very gradually cuts into the pipe and eventually breaks it, giving it a clean cut. And now we start the assembly process. The compression fitting is a 5/16 of an inch, and this is it here. The other end is the 1/4 inch BSP going into the ball valve. Some of these are quite difficult parts to find. This is about to be discontinued, so I was quite lucky there. So tighten it up very gradually. Again, don't want to overdo it. I think you have to be careful with brass fittings that you don't split them. And pop the olive on, and then we just need to clean it up a little bit. So here we are with a bit of fine grade wire wool. It's just really to get rid of any impurities on the pipe. And very gently assemble it, making sure it's all nice and square. When you tighten these up, it's supposed to be hand tight and then half a turn on the spanner, but it's quite difficult to do, so I tend to put it on quite loose and tighten it up as I see it drip, as you'll see later on. And that's it, all assembled. Just need to open the valve up now. And make sure it all works with no leaks. So as the fuel has been lowered, there's no fuel coming in from the tank, so we need to get the engine going, start pushing through fuel back through it. So really just keeping a very close eye on the joints. The ones which were sealed, they're all fine, they didn't give any trouble at all. As ever, as always with me, the compression joints give the trouble. You can just see it beginning to bubble out there now. So I just wait for a little bit and then just tighten it up, wait, tighten it up. Just hopefully that proves that I don't overdo it. Yes, pretty pleased with that in the end. Ended up without any leaks at all, so I was really dead chuffed with that. Let's tighten it up a little bit more. Job complete. And that's the bit that I took off. You see it's a bit bigger what we put on, a bit more substantial, so hopefully it won't break. And I can still use the lever, turn that off. That's going to be a godsend when I replace fuel filters and that sort of thing. So thank you for watching once again. I do appreciate it.